Daf Yomi, Tractate Bava Batra, page 167a, top of the page, with the words Umashave Lahu Zuze. My Amart, Shes Ma'a Is Tere Bezuza, Shes Be'a Zuze, Bechad Zuza, Baal Hashtar Al Hatachtona, and change them into smaller number of dinars. Therefore, what can you say? The highest and lowest remaining possibilities are 600 dira and a dinar, and 600 dinars and one more dinar. The guiding principle is that the holder of the document is at a disadvantage, and the lesser of these two values is assumed. Amar Abaye said, Haiman debayi lemachve chasimas yade bedina lo lechve besof megilta dilma mishkach la achar v'katev demazik bezuze utenan hotzi alav ketav yado shu chayav lo gove minichasim b'nei choirin. Abaye said with regard to this one who needs to show his signature in court for the purpose of corroborating his signature on a document, he should not show it by writing it at the end of the parchment, lest another unscrupulous person find the parchment and write above the signature that the signatory owes him money, and such a document would be valid. As we learned in the Mishnah 175b, if one presents to a debtor a document in the handwriting of the debtor stating that he owes money to him but without witnesses signed on the document, the creditor can collect only from unsold property. In other words, property meaning property that is currently in the possession of the debtor. Hahu bazvina de asalakame de abaya. Amaru nekazeli barchasim shade v'dechiyasu l'rabadan machvu li mabarna lehu bela michsa achrile v'resh megilta avikana gid be'amalek v'kedmucha rabanan. The Gemara relates, there was a certain Jewish tax collector who came before Abaye and said to him, let the master show me his signature on a piece of paper to keep in my records. As when rabbis come to me and show me a note with your signature on it, attesting to the fact that they are Torah scholars, I let them pass without paying the tax. Abaye showed him his signature at the top of the parchment, though the unscrupulous tax collector kept pulling the parchment away from Abaye so that the signature would be at the bottom. Abaye noticed this and said to him, the sages have already anticipated people such as you, and advised that one should never write his signature at the bottom of a paper. Amar Abaye Mitzlas ועד עשר לא לכתוב בסוף שיטה דיל במזייף וכתב ואי יתרמילי נהד חדדרי לדבורי טרן תלתה זמני אי אפשר דלה מתרמילי באמצע שיטה. Abaye said, when writing a promissory note, one should not write any number from 3 until 10 at the end of a line, lest someone commit forgery and write an extension to the number, since it is at the end of the line. In Hebrew and Aramaic, the words for the numbers 3 through 9 can be changed to 30 through 90, respectively, by appending to them the suffix in, like talat, it could be talatin, right? Written in the letters of Yod and Nun. 10 can be changed to 20 in a similar manner. And if by chance it occurs for him that these numbers fall out at the end of a line, he should repeat his words 2 or 3 times, stating and restating the agreement in question, as it is impossible that the number will not eventually occur for him in the middle of a line. When there is a contradiction, it is the final mention of the amount that is authoritative, as the Mishnah teaches. Ahu dehaviktiv ve'tilta v'pardesa azomechage legage lebait v'chare v'shavye upardesa. As the comedy by Amalu, my time of Viachle Alma Lahaivav Kafte Ve'odi. The Gemara relates there was a certain bill of sale in which it was written that the item sold was in my garden 1/3 of the orchard. The purchaser went and erased the roof and the foot of the bait of the term of the orchard, Pardesa, and thereby changed the prefix bet into a vav, yielding in my garden less 1/3, and of the orchard, indicating that the sale included 1/3 of the garden in addition to all of the orchard. The document came before Bava, who said to the purchaser, "What is the reason that there is so much more space around this vav? Since the letter vav is narrower than the letter bet, a larger space between letters emerged as compared to the spacing of letters in the rest of the document." Bava bound the purchaser, and he subjected him to physical coercion, and he admitted to the forgery. Okay. Ahu shtara dehave chasim ale Rava v'Ravacha barada asla kamid Rava amarle din chasima asyadei didihi bihu kamid Ravacha bar ada lo chasimi v'lo me'oilam kafte v'oidi amarle bishlam didi zayeft ela d'Ravacha bar ada Derase Yadeh Hechi Avadit Amar Anaki Yadai Amitra Amrile La Kam Azarnuka Ukatam. The Gemara relates there was a certain document upon which the signatures of Rava and Rav Achabar Adam were signed. The one holding the document came before Rava, who said, "This is my signature, but I never signed any document before Rav Achabar Adam." Rava bound the holder of the document. He subjected him to physical coercion, and he admitted to forgery. Rava said to him, "Granted, you were able to forge my signature, but how did you perform a forgery of Rav Achabar Adam's signature, since his hands shake, and as a result, his signature is distinctive?" The man said, "I placed my hands on the rope of a narrow footbridge, which was nearby, able to duplicate Rav Acha's signature. And some say that the forgery was accomplished when the forger stood upon a wobbly water skin and wrote the signature." Okay? That is a new Mishnah. Kosvin get leish afal pi she'ein ishto imo v'sochel isha afal pi she'ein ba'ala imo b'lvad shehei mechirin v'ba'al nosen zachar. A scribe may write a bill of divorce for a man who requests one, even if his wife is not with him, to give her consent when he presents his request, and there is no possibility that he will misuse the document. And a scribe may write a receipt for a woman upon her request, attempting to the payment of her marriage contract, even if her husband is not with her, to give his consent. This is true provided that the scribe recognizes the parties requesting the document to prevent misrepresentation, and for both documents the husband gives the scribe his wages.